case is the same thing. People are going to do super highway. Super highway to where? Let's see the small road. Super highway to where? When we are saying that we don't have we don't have small rural roads to reach to their village. That's what we need. If we can get that, that is enough. For the meantime, but they are borrowing. They are borrowing to do flyover. When the main road is not good, why are you doing the flyover? Where are we flying to? We want the road to be good. But they are borrowing to do flyover. That is what you see in this country.
Roads, some people are saying Edo is due for flyovers, especially around the third junction area.
Roads, you will continue to build roads. I don't see the need for flyover. It's cheaper for me to expand the roads and make them create more lanes than, put concrete to begin to fly over. Edo State is very well planned. Benin City is very well planned. It's about opening more arterial roads, for easy connection and spending billions, on maybe we'll build them in future, but right now I think we need to be more frugal in the way we spend our infrastructure money. So with what we have, the industrial park, with the refinery that can be expanded, with electricity, with fiber optic connections, with a reform in the civil service, I believe those are, and then the river port, I believe for now, if we get those going over the next 4 years, and then rewriting a plan for the next 30 years on how we want to progress, that will have set the foundation for the future. We don't want to take on too much. Let us execute on what we have done, make it happen. Make the things we have done, we've started, let them happen, because they are very foundational and they are very fundamental. Once those are set, when those are completed, the impact will be so phenomenal. Will now be, such that a lot more companies will be attracted. The key is reorganizing government, reorganizing the way government functions and interacts with the people. Government has to be very clear about its role and also clear about what it can do and what it cannot do. What it can do is to ensure that it's encouraging and supportive of the activities of the people, not compete with the people. Government has to understand that its first role is regulatory and setting up the policies and framework for people to interact with the government. Government should not be in a business, but government's business is not business. Government is not a money-making machine. Government makes its money from taxing the economic activities of people around the territory it governs. The last point I want to make is, even when government is going to be an operator, if you want to provide education, you want to provide your own schools, those schools have to be managed at the same levels as you expect other people to manage theirs. So government has to have a mechanism for checking itself, And then lastly, government should just focus on the things that people can do. Most people, for them, primary schools may not be profitable. So government provide as many of the primary schools as you need. In any case, you need to do that. Primary care, primary health care, that you need to do. But in the last 2 years, the quality of investments I've seen in private hospitals in Edo has just been impressive. So what we need to do is access. How do you organize the healthcare system? By making sure you have a health insurance scheme such that people will go and are able to afford healthcare services, whether it be healthcare services provided by government or provided by the private sector. So it's that thinking, rethinking government, resetting Edo. That's what we need to do to make Edo great again.
So everybody can testify to the fact that Mr. Peter Gregory Obi is one of the most respected and reputable politicians that we can still boast of in Nigeria. And this is what he had to say concerning those people who think maybe building bridges and flyover in their state when their main roads are not good in the state, they think it is an achievement. This is what Mr. Peter Obi has to say. Even to some extent, some of these politicians or governors go as far as borrowing money to do some of these projects they cannot account for, or some of these projects that cannot amount to anything in the state, to the detriment of the main roads in the state. And I try to compare it with what the former governor of Edo State, talking about His Excellency Enoregase Obaseki, said on Arise TV before he left office, when he was asked by Rufai that many people think that in Edo State, Edo is due to have a flyover. This is what Obaseki had to say, that he don't think that at the moment Edo people need a flyover. He said at the moment, not that they don't need, but at the moment they don't need. Why? Because one, Edo State is well spaced out, as in a well-planned state. So all we need to focus on is how to build the internal roads that are in the state for a better connection. He said, but at the moment, we don't need a flyover, also because we need to, as in, spend government money judiciously, because government don't have enough money to spill out. So we need to plan how we spend this money. So let's also focus on how we can build the internal roads, talking about the state roads, not like the governor that we have now that is focusing on federal roads, and all the state roads, they are bad. So let's compare it with what His Excellency Distinguished Senator Okpebholo is doing right now. Now let's see the major roads, as in the main roads in Edo State, they are bad. But we are focusing on spending billions of naira on flyover as Ramat Park. And many people have come out to say this is a milestone to the administration of Distinguished Senator Okpebholo. Me, I see it as a misplaced priority. The main roads that can lead to the flying over, they are not good. But we are focusing on spending billions on flyover. So this is what Mr. Peter Obi had to say, and also Obaseki had to say concerning the matter. The people who knows what governance is all about, the people who know what it means to spend judiciously government money, this is their opinion. We don't need to spend money on flyovers, on coastal roads. We need to build our main roads, make them okay, before we start thinking of flying over. Where are we? Mr. Peter Obi said, where are we flying to? Where are we flying to? Where are we flying to? So some of this building of flyover, building of bridges, some of these things is just a way, a tactic for government to steal money. It's just a tactic for them to take money. They come up with one policy, they come up with one project that they want to build road, they want to build bridge, and they go and borrow huge amount of money just to spill it among themselves. And when they eventually do the road, you will see that the road amounts to nothing. Within a couple of years, you see that the roads, they are all destroyed. We don't have a main road. As in the main road, we don't have. We are thinking of flying over. Flying over to where? Just like Mr. Peter Gregory Obi asked, where are you flying to? Coastal road to where? To where? So thank you, my people. I want you to also like, comment, share, and it's very important that I get your comment on this. It's very important. Thank you.